Now it's time for Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul.
Hi, everybody. We like to start the show with a song that symbolizes the last week. It's been a week. And this is where we want to play a song that symbolizes a little bit about what that song is. It's a lot of what the week is, not the song. The song speaks for itself. But the fun part of it is that everyone tries to guess why I picked this song. So here it is. Here is David Bowie. And I think Trent Reznor with I'm Afraid of Americans on Past Week Next Week with Chris and Paul starring Boogie and introducing the texter.
Bowie. I miss him.
I was very late to Bowie.
Yeah.
I love him so much. And I think I was, even after he died, is when I started really thinking we missed him.
Are you a British rock guy, you think, Paul?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
I think so.
So, why'd you pick this song? Let's see. I'm Afraid of Americans. Is it just your general malaise and depression surrounding the political environment in our country right now? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
So for the last 8 years, the radical right has shown its craziness, and then now the radical left wants to do the same.
Here they come.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid of Americans because they're so
It will not be outdone.
Because they're so stupid.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever think, and I don't want to be a complete, nihilist, I guess, pessimist, but, you know, they say that great civilizations have a lifespan.
Yeah, I think about that all the time.
Have we maybe just reached the end of that?
Absolutely.
That sucks.
But how is it that in our generation, our lifetime, we reach the height and the bottom? That usually doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Way to go, baby boomers. You did it.
God. Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen this video before.
I've never heard the song. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I like Bowie's paisley suit.
Mm-hmm.
Bowie and Trent Reznor. Do you remember when we were all told Trent Reznor was a genius and everything, and we're like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
And then Johnny Cash just kind of showed him, yeah, I'll take your dumb song and make it even better than you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember being told Trent Reznor was a genius, but I was never into.
Yeah, I think he was overrated at the time. I really do.
I've been told Bowie's a genius.
Yeah.
And I've been told he has 2 different colored eyes, which kind of freaks me out.
Huh.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah. Forget what they call it, but
yeah. You can see
that? Yeah. Yeah, he's got like a blue one and a greenish brown.
Crazy son of a bitch.
I know. Did you guys ever see Flight of the Conchords?
Yes.
They had an episode where they did Bowie style songs. It was the best.
I'm going to have to look that up on HBO Max.
Yes. Oh, I think it's just Max now. I think they dropped the HBO.
I guess I'll have to reapply for it or get it or something.
Oh, that's right. You let it go.
Yeah. Now all the good stuff's coming back.
Mm-hmm. They always do that to you.
Have you seen God is an American?
God is an American?
That's what our evangelicals say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The USA Bible.
Yes. Good God. That's creepy, isn't it?
There's Andrew Drust. What's the guy's name?
Andrew Garfield. Oh, no. Yeah, Andrew Dismukes.
Yeah, there he is.
I was going to say, there's young Ben Stiller. But yeah.
Okay, with that happy song, we start the show.
Oh.
That was David Bowie. And I don't know if it's David Bowie and Trent Reznor, but let's give Trent.
Let's give him his due.
Sure.
Give him his due. That was
give him his flowers.
Dave and Trent with I'm afraid of Americans, and that sums up the past week more than anything else. Welcome to Past Week Next Week with Chris and Paul, starring Boogie and introducing the texter.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Paul.
What's up, suckers? What's up, suckers? What's up, suckers?
Whoa! We got a Cyrus What's Up, suckers.
That's all I got.
That was pretty amazing.
Yeah, that was good. I hope we can pull that out for later.
That's what she said.
What?
What?
Huh?
I am so glad. I'm so glad that the texter's back.
Yeah, I've missed him. I've missed him and his hijinks.
Oh, boy. Here he goes.
Oh, is he texting right now? Is that what we're hearing?
That's the way he says, "What's up, suckers?"
Oh, okay.
So,
Or it's a Geiger counter. I'm not sure which.
What'd you call me?
What?
you guys interrupting the texter?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, what's he having to say?
He's texting.
Oh.
He doesn't say anything. He texts things.
I should know that by now.
Okay.
This is a show where we review the most important things from the past week and get you ready for the next week. It's your one-stop podcast. Keep you updated program, really. It's a real week review. Just listen to us. You won't need any other information outlet. That's our guarantee. By the way, that's a joke. Do you understand that's a joke?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, because I'm afraid of Americans because they're so stupid. They use only one. If you use only one news outlet, you're an idiot.
Isn't that what we ask people to do with our show?
That's the joke because everyone else says that.
Oh.
Or the Fox quote news unquote people.
Yeah. Fair, balanced.
Okay. Thanks for listening to us online at KCTKRadio.com or Facebook Live, KCTK Radio page. Or it's easier, just listen to KCTK Radio smartphone app. If you don't have it right now, you can download it. It's free, and it is not yet to be banned by Congress. If you join the experiment by calling or texting us at 913-735-0060, we welcome your participation. Coming up, we have weekly news quiz, pop culture update. We get you ready for the next week, headlines and predictions, and a special feature. Chris, what is it?
Yeah, today we're going to take a trip into a Christian nightmare.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Boogie looks scared.
I swear to God, I will walk out.
Nope.
No, you won't. Because you're not going to walk out of America. But first, we like to see what's going on. And we haven't heard this in a while.
I wonder what's inside your butthole. I wonder what's inside your butthole. Maybe there's astronauts and maybe there's aliens all inside your butthole. What's inside your butthole? I always want to know. What's inside your butthole? I always want to know. What's inside your butt?
You don't like that song?
I don't know if I've ever heard
It's
that.
part of the new Taylor Swift album.
Oh, okay.
So what's going on, everybody?
Hey-oh. Yeah, so I had a week.
Everyone wants to know about it.
Well, let me tell them. Quick follow-up. So we had Molly on the program last week.
Ooh,
we did.
she's a tough one. She's a tough negotiator.
Yeah, they don't mess around.
Yes.
So had a follow-up dinner.
How quickly did you fold?
Well, so I'll tell you how the discussion went. Molly wanted to go to Wingstop for dinner. So we went to
Dude,
Wingstop.
that's her home field advantage for negotiation.
I know. So here's what they said to me. So I kind of feel like you guys aren't as serious about your show as I thought you might be.
She's perceptive. I don't know how she picked that up.
Yeah.
She may have picked that up by listening to it.
Yeah. So then they said, my suggestion would be you guys figure out, like, what is your brand? Is your brand just AI generated visuals? Is that what you guys are? Or what are you?
Is that because of that
And
logo?
sound effects.
So
What's AI generate? What do you mean by that?
she's like, what? Well, I'm sorry.
They.
They are like, what are you? What are you portraying to the people that listen to you?
That's clear. We are AI generated images.
That's all we got.
Here's the thing. It wasn't even a slam, but Molly's like looking for clues to grab onto to help create this persona of the show that we want people to get out there. So what Molly suggested was, how about this? How about I just come and do a photo shoot of you guys doing the show. And then I can edit and kind of put together a visual motif of what you guys might want to present to people for like a consistent marketing view of who your show is, what you are, kind of thing.
Are you asking my opinion?
Yeah, what do you guys think?
Whatever you want to do. I think last week was a bad week because you're not seeing a Happy Days commercial without Fonzie. How are you doing it without the texter?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
You know?
Yeah.
That's the hook.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Texters. Past week, next week with Chris and Paul.
As toxic as he is, he actually is kind of the backbone of the show.
He's sort of the glue
He's like
in a way.
He's what brings the character and the chaos to the
Right.
show.
Mm-hmm.
What's our brand? Texter.
Texter. Yeah.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
So basically, I guess the deal is we're
Got
dealing
nothing else to do
with someone who does this professionally, is like serious about it, and maybe thinks we're kind of goofballs or something. I don't know.
What?
Imagine that.
Yeah. So,
It seems like you are serious about it. With all the prep that you do every week,
Yes.
it seems as though you're not serious about it.
so what I would like to
It's
do.
almost like it's just four guys in a basement that flip the switch and start talking. Huh.
It's almost like that. So I'm going to pay Molly some money to come do a photo shoot. Maybe a professional like Molly can kind of draw out, hey, this is what past week, next week is. Here's who you would appeal to. Go forth and make it happen. I don't know.
Are we going to dress up and stuff?
So they're actually going to become like our, like full-on not producer. What's the word?
Kind of the manager, I guess.
Manager?
Kind of the Reuben Kincaid of the whole thing.
I knew that was coming.
Did you really? Yeah.
I've
They're
said
going to
that.
become like our Rupert Murdoch almost.
Ooh.
Like just really forming us and
Yeah.
putting it together and then pushing it out there.
God, what if they turn us into a right wing? Oh, boy.
Well, our hero Phil Hendry says the reason there is right-wing radio now is demographics. It doesn't have anything to do with talent or
Oh,
it just right-wingers listen to the radio.
well, we do
Yeah,
fit right
yeah.
into the.
Left-wingers don't.
Well, whoever it was way back when, Rush Limbaugh and all them, were very enterprising and smart to see, oh, here's this vast, untapped... It's infuriating.
Infuriating because Rush Limbaugh, as he burns in hell now, should be recognized for his talent as a personality-driven radio guy, not just a right-wing wacko that brought on the end of our democracy. You know, I feel like he should get both.
I remember early on, you kind of liked listening to Rush.
I went and saw him live one time speak.
Yeah.
Because he was so unique and so different.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a Missouri guy. He's friends with George Brett, too, Texter.
Oh.
Oh,
Wonder if he's ever been drunk with him.
I got to tell you a funny story. Wow.
Whoa.
So, we have this guy who lives across the street who sponsors our show sometimes.
Yeah.
Now, if I can find the... will I be able to find it?
That I can't tell you.
I feel like this is what Molly talks about. This is what she's talking about.
What?
So Molly will continue to whatever. I'll pay them some money so they can play basketball and promote the show.
Great.
Then they left for Korea. So Molly is in South Korea right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So we have time to...
So we have time to figure out. We have like 72 hours to figure out our brand.
Okay, here's what I'm saying.
This segment brought to you by the law offices of Phil Lavoda LLC,
Okay.
your hometown law firm with a national reputation for success. www.phillavoda.com.
So Phil Lavoda runs into George Brett
Yeah.
and says, "Hi, I'm Phil Lavoda." Oh, and George Brett's like, "Yeah, I think I met you before one time." And then he says, "My brother does a show with one of your good friends." And George Brett says, "Who?
Uh-huh.
Who?" And my brother says, "The Texter." And then he had a deer in headlights.
Oh.
This is my hero. I'm talking to my hero. not putting together that Texter also has another name he goes by.
Oh, that's
Does that
hilarious.
guy even know the texter's other name?
Well, at the moment he didn't, but then
Yeah.
he said he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he got confused.
Yeah. Well, when you're in in a star's aura, you can forget stuff,
Right.
and stumble all over yourself, and
But Texter, I don't know if he's gone.
yeah. I guess he got bored.
That's what he does.
He just
Texter, okay, so Texter, when you see George Brett, you're supposed to tell him, "Did you meet my friend Phil?" And he had no idea who I was. Because Phil said, "Oh, I'm going to tell my friend to meet when he meets you." Say,
Oh
so
my
if you
gosh.
could do that sometime,
That's
that'd be great.
awesome.
Chris, so what's going on? You've been working hard for the show, working.
Yes,
by
I've been doing some work for the show
by eating chicken wings,
by eating Wingstop. Yeah, and
which is the best, which is the most prep you've ever done in the history
by
of the show.
far.
Yeah,
By far. I was telling Boogie, I wrote my jokes seriously in probably 30 seconds or less.
Oh, the funny came out.
I have no idea. I do not remember at all what I wrote because I wrote them so quickly. So I have no idea if they're going to be good.
Do
or
you
not.
usually take longer?
I usually take a few minutes.
Okay, so maybe it'll be funny this time.
We'll see. I don't know. Croatia. And then last night, I'll just say this. Last night, Jane and I got a wild hair and decided to go out together. Just go to a nice dinner.
You guys got real problems.
Why do you say that?
Well, because I hung out with you on Friday afternoon, went to a reception, and then I went down to First Fridays, and I'm like, "Hey, you and your wife should go," and you're like, "No, we've been too busy. We're gonna just chill out and hang out this weekend because it's just too much. We're old. We gotta hang out." And then after one night of just hanging out at home, we gotta go out somewhere.
Well, I will say the interesting thing was we have not been going out since we did the dry January. We just haven't been. And so I don't know where Jane found this restaurant she wanted to try. It's called Taylor, but it's spelled like Talllieur something.
It's in Mission, right?
No, it's maybe they have one there.
Oh.
It's right down by Clint's Comics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right across
Main Street.
Yeah, Main and Westport
40th,
Road right
yeah.
there. Yeah. It was delightful. Just a lovely
Not
little
delicious,
spot.
just delightful.
Really delicious. But
What kind of food did you have, Chris? Everyone's
I had
emailing me about that right now.
So we had an appetizer that was to die for. It was olives stuffed with something. Some had pimentos, some had like a tamponade in them anyway. And then in olive oil with feta and chili flakes over the top and then baked. And then they had bread with it. You put the feta and the olive oil on. Oh, so good.
Wow.
And then I had steak and pommes frites.
Ooh.
Those are fancy French fries.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
For dinner. And then
that would have pissed me off.
But it was so good. But what was funny to me is we were like, it's not going to be busy. I mean, why would it be busy? This is just a normal Saturday. No, downtown is still hopping, even though I don't go there anymore. But
Yeah.
that's how myopic I am.
Right.
The fact that I dropped out of going downtown, I just figured everybody did. Yeah. And no, it turns out it's still
Opposite.
hustling and
That
bustling.
could be one of the reasons it's hopping.
It could very well be. Yeah. So
Interesting.
So there you go. That's all I got. I got nothing more. I've talked too much. Stop me.
I've been getting cards and letters about that.
bet you
and they've
have.
been saying, what about Boogie, though? Because Boogie is also there. We say starring Boogie. Is that just something we say and we don't mean? And sometimes we mean it, sometimes we don't. And this particular time we do mean it because
foul bite.
everyone cares what's going on with Boogie.
That was awesome.
That was smooth.
Yeah.
That was smooth. That was so smooth.
You guys know this.
Yes.
Yeah. Stretch it out. Oh, I didn't have a whole lot going on this week. Jojo had surgery on his nose. That was fun. Not
Oh boy.
Can you smell better now?
taking him.
Does he
talk funny
after the surgery?
He had his septum and his turbinates shaved.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah. So
Shaving something up in your nose? No, thank you.
yeah. So you know, like if you were to look up my nose, you should be able to see black, right? Because that's like your nasal
Yeah.
passage or canal. when you looked up his nose, you would see pink because of that flesh that's inside of there. It was so inflamed.
Oh.
Yeah. So the doctor was like,
We're going to shave your...
yeah, we're going to shave your septum and your turbinates. Turbinates. That's what it's called.
I would have cried if a doctor said that to me. I'd have no idea what it meant, but I'd cry.
Yeah, it just doesn't sound good. So anyway, so that was with him. He was being a big baby, taking care of him.
What's the thing? It's just a bunch of drugs. Go take a nap, kid, right?
Pretty much. So it was funny because the surgery was supposed to last an hour, and then was like post-surgery recovery.
Oh, yeah.
is only supposed to be 20 minutes. Well, it was completely flipped. The surgery went extremely well, only lasted 20 minutes, but he was knocked out for over an hour. So I'm like getting concerned, and we're like, what's going on? He was like, well, this is actually normal with teenage boys, and this was his first time being put under. So, yeah, he was
The doctor
just
said,
knocked out.
well, meeting you, Mr. Boogie, we figured he had a higher tolerance for drugs since he's your son.
We actually gave him a shot of Tito's, too. I don't know.
We thought he'd be fine.
Take this, kid. Make you feel better. No, so he was fine. He's fine. He'll be back to normal in a week or so.
Good.
Yesterday, Of and I just had a really good day hanging out together. There's no kids, and we did go to a baseball game. Gabe had a baseball game, so we went to that, and we did some more demo on a basement bathroom we're working on.
Oh, man.
And we're really just hanging out together. It's just
Nice.
You have a basement. You're doing a bathroom there, too?
yes,
And your office.
and the office at the same
You're
time.
busy.
I am busy. Yeah. So, so that was a lot of fun. We went to a new restaurant, a new little Mexican place, right off of 103rd and what is that? State Line. So remember the one place we went to, Sunset or Sun?
Oh, right next to the comedy
Right,
place.
it's right behind that.
Okay.
I don't remember. the
And you
name.
haven't been there before?
That used to be an Applebee's or something.
It used to be an
back there.
Applebee's, and then it was another Mexican restaurant called Cacao, something like that.
Okay.
And you've never been there. That's the only place you go is that intersection.
Yeah, that's my hangout. That is totally my hangout. So they just opened, and that's why we went. And it's called, like, I don't know, Mexican Casey or something. I don't know.
Yeah, of course that's it. Yes.
I think that's probably it.
I'm sure it is.
Help him.
So it's pretty good. They have just delightful margaritas.
Oh.
And so, of course, today they're having like a crazy.
Oh, sure.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to go back for
You
have
take-
one
take-
margarita.
You take your lady there?
Just one.
Just if you have one margarita,
sorry.
gonna open my legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, two margaritas, then I'm yeah.
Yeah, something else.
I don't believe you're going to have one margarita.
I don't think so either.
What do you think is going to happen?
I think you have more than one margarita.
Or less. I think more, but or less.
The option of
There's
less
no
is out
possible
there.
way you're having one margarita and one chip. It just never happened.
Yeah.
Okay, I will take that challenge.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm going to take that challenge.
I cannot wait for the report back.
Yep. So
This one's a frozen daiquiri.
well, this is just straight whiskey. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
That's about. So we saw. We watched a couple of good shows. We started Under the Bridge, which we joked about was the boogie story.
Right.
No, it's the homeless Dave story.
The homeless Dave story, but it's actually a really good show.
Check it out.
I don't want to give anything away about it, but
Have you seen Homeless Dave lately?
it's been like a year, man.
Oh, wow.
A little over a year.
Gotta watch him on Hulu. Go ahead.
Which isn't a bad thing. I mean, I'm sure he's probably moved on and he's on his feet now, and everything's good.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope.
Yeah, that's what I'm rolling with.
Okay.
We're hoping that for you, too.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to give you. I'm trying to give you a boogie reaction. Really?
Really? But it's a really good show. Again, I don't want to give anything away, but it's the epitome of entitlement of kids nowadays. It's a combination of entitlement and going to the extreme to fit in. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
But it's really good. It's really good and suspenseful.
We know about this story.
Yeah.
There's a drunk that lives under the bridge, and another drunk wanted gum, and walked around, and he wanted to fit in.
Do you need 8 episodes to tell that?
We got it.
You pretty much summed it up
Again, we're getting ripped off this whole program.
We saw another really cute show. I didn't think I was going to like it. I ended up loving it. So the new Anne Hathaway movie on, I think it's on Netflix.
Is it kind of a May December thing? She's with
Yes.
a younger dude?
Yeah.
It was with a what, dude?
A younger dude?
A young guy.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Really?
I don't know what it's called. I wish you were there. Or You're Young, I'm Old, I think is the name.
That's probably it. Yeah.
good.
It flows.
pretty
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really good. If you're looking for a good chick flick,
I'll check it. I wanted to ask you guys, speaking of shows,
yeah.
I just finished one called The Dead Boy Detectives, and it's based off a DC comic. Have you guys ever heard of The Dead Boy Detective? Okay.
Never.
Well,
Dead man. There's a dead man in DC Comics.
is there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I don't know.
Where did you see this at?
Netflix.
Is there any like super stuff to it, or is it just
No superheroes. It's these 2 boys. One died in 1916. One died in 1985. They both missed their chance to go to the afterlife, and so they solve crimes for other deceased people left here on the earth.
Series or movie?
Series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. But no other like DC It's like a whole other DC universe with no superheroes. It's all supernatural stuff.
All right, we'll have to check it
So
out.
sorry, I derailed us.
Well, let's see what the texture's up to. He has some really good stuff to
You
say.
missed him.
Japan has 1 vending machine for every 40 people. Yeah, they love vending machines.
Mm-hmm. It's got to be super convenient. You can get anything you need anywhere.
Yeah, but that's the whole bit, right? It's not just food. Like they vending machine out everything.
Yeah.
He also adds Bob Heft, a high school student, designed the current American flag in 1958. Yes, he only earned a B- after Eisenhower approved the design. His teacher changed his grade to an A.
This is one of those texter stories that I really wonder if it's true.
Okay, he should have got an F. Because here's what he did. He put on, Arizona and Hawaii and Alaska. He just added 3 things. That's all he did is add 3 stars. How is that a thing?
I don't know. I've never heard of Bob Heft.
I think he should have got an F. Now, if he would have redesigned the whole thing, where there were 50 stripes and only 13 stars, or
you're blowing my mind.
Going with pink and gray or something fun. But no, we had Bob Heft is a freaking. He just stole the other thing. Okay, here's what people want to know. I just cracked myself up. Nobody wants to know what his question is.
No.
Dear past week, did you know that the winner of Kentucky Derby is buried in Prairie Village? Lawren, I don't know how you say that, won the 1938 Derby.
I did not know
Did
that.
you guys enjoy the KCTK Radio Derby party?
I didn't go.
I didn't get to make it.
It was fun. Gary Eddy or Fast Eddie or somebody won. It was a very close race.
Oh, was I didn't
it was
watch.
the closest race I've ever done seen.
Oh, wow.
Dear PWNW, our brand is being held accountable to ourselves only.
Oh.
Wow, that's true.
That's deep.
I
That's
like
deep.
that. Glue is made from horses. Is it now? Do they still do that?
I doubt that.
Did they ever?
I think that was a thing.
Was it hoofs?
That's what I had heard. It was horse hooves.
All right. Okay. Listen to the show and you will discover what the show is about. I think Molly is trying to get you to give her the answer to what the show is about without doing any homework herself. This is lazy and makes me angry. Yep. It's that generation of entitlement.
That's a good point.
There we go again.
There is enough gold in our planet to coat the entire surface in a 1.5 feet
Of gold.
of gold. Why is that thing covering it? Okay, of gold. That can't be true.
That's a whole lot of gold in this
Can't be
planet. Yeah.
Fuzzy's Tacos. You guys ever been there?
I
That's
have.
down by your house.
Yeah, that's right there in your area.
That
You
is.
can walk
It's-
across the street with your.
The bridge is right there
yes,
at Fuzzy's.
yes, that's
I
right.
love Fuzzy's. I need to go there more.
You don't like it, huh?
Slow, man, they are way pricey
Really?
for what you get.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not impressed.
I've had them once in Lawrence and once over by your spot there.
I think Fuzzy's is a great drunk taco place. Like if
Oh,
you're
okay.
drunk,
That's why I figured you'd go there a
you're
lot.
coming up from under the bridge, just right there.
Yeah. Under the bridge is a vapid show. Interesting.
Okay.
What does vapid mean?
Kind of, it's lacking meaning. If it's
It's
someone
kinda like
that's
our show.
completely entitled, then yeah, they
It's kind of like
no depth.
It's our brand.
Vapid. This is weird.
The Devil Wears Prada. I think he's thinking Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway.
Oh,
yeah, that's
yeah,
got to
no,
be
that's
the
the-
connection. It's
that's-
got to be.
Right.
The chick flick code for porn. Is chick flick code for porn?
Oh, that's a good question. Is chick flick code for porn?
I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay, that's
I've
fair.
never, I've
That's
never
fair.
heard that.
I haven't either, but
Classic.
you know the universe the texter lives in. It's interesting.
His own head.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen very often, but I did get some cards and letters
What?
asking what I did this week.
This,
Yeah, I'll be glad.
this soundbite he instantly finds. Isn't that something?
This is going to be a heck of an update, I
It
think.
is.
I don't know if it is, but last week was quite a week because it went from April to May.
True. What came with
And
that?
last weekend, my wife was out of town, and I got to pick her up at the airport.
Nice.
Nice.
Did you wear a trench coat with nothing underneath?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I did. I did.
All right. All
And
right.
then I got hot, so I took it off and
Yeah.
went into the airport.
Great.
See, I'm sorry. Yes, and. So it was nice to have her back, so that was good. Just had just a regular fun week of enjoying fun things. And then
What is with this guy today?
really had a Friday.
Yeah,
Got to go
yeah.
to a appreciation reception for a good friend of mine, Trent Skaggs. If you ever read a book called Your Elected Representatives, Trent is a major character in that because I was in the Missouri House with him, and he ran shenanigans with me. He then was elected to the Metropolitan Community College Board with our very own Chris Whiting.
That's me.
Yep.
That's me. This guy.
And they did some amazing
Got
work.
it.
They had another guy on there who he was on there. You
Yeah.
know, he was on there the whole time.
Yeah, that was another dude.
Yep.
This segment brought to you by the law offices of Phil Lavoda.
That's him.
And they brought in a new chancellor,
Mm-hmm.
and they really did some amazing things for the Metropolitan Community
Let me
Colleges.
just say that I love the chancellor.
Yeah,
she
she's-
is
she's
so
pretty cool.
She is really cool. Yeah.
One thing that it goes a little unnoticed that they did is that they combined all the sporting together where it's the Metropolitan Community College Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's a competitive soccer team, a competitive baseball team, and they moved all the different campuses. So
Because
you-
they used to have like the Longview Lakers
Yeah.
and Blue River
Currents.
Currents. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
Currents.
Oh, that would
yeah.
have been cool.
Yeah.
But they're the Wolves, but they look like a husky, kind of like your hat,
Oh.
which is pretty cool. And I'm convinced it's because the law offices of Phil Lavoda had a dog named Sadie that looks exactly like the logo.
Mhm.
And so I think he put that on there, which is great in my opinion. So anyway, Trent decided not to run for re-election. He was the chair, and we had a reception for him.
It
And
was very nice.
they really had great food, and a lot of different political people were there. And then me and Chris show up, and they talked. They made Phil talk, and then I had to stand up and talk. And the reason is Trent is a very good friend of mine. He would be with. I mean, he's like you guys are, very close. And it was time for me to stand up and talk about him. And I said nice things, but the point of doing it was that moment of fear in his eyes of, oh shit, Paul's going to talk about me. That cracked me up.
Oh boy.
Now, what Paul did was a very nice tribute.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah. He wasn't dickish at all.
But he was nervous.
Which is
Yeah.
weird for him.
Yes, I'm saving that all for
I was gonna say.
October. And it's all coming out. So it was a nice tribute. And I would say See, it kind of sounds a little self-serving, but I like Chris has done amazing things with public service. Trent, these people I love. There should be more of this recognition. I think, Chris, when you were done on town council, they gave you a plaque and a pat on the ass and said, "Get the fuck out." Right?
Yeah.
But you did some amazing things there. So, tip of the hat
Did some things.
to all people who try to. The texter is very close with the former mayor of Countryside, and they should recognize him as well. There's
Yeah,
not
he
there's
was
not
a
even-
town council
There's not
member.
a plaque or statue anywhere in Countryside
No.
for what he did.
There's not even a town in Countryside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was neat. And then went to First Fridays down in the what do they call it? The Crossroads.
Yeah.
Saw some musical improv.
Was it funny?
Yes, by the voice of KCTK Radio, Megan. And I was not near where they wanted to do the Royal Stadium. I was in the Crossroads.
Oh, okay.
That's downtown.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we went there, and then we walked over to a restaurant. Madeline was with me, my daughter, and she goes, "See, we don't need a stadium down here. There's already things going on here." And I said, "Yeah, why have more fun? Why have a place where people like to come to? Why do that?" And so we kind of had a little disagreement there.
Oh boy, did you guys figure it out? Or
No.
is she's
She's-
still your daughter?
She's still happy that happened, and it was crowded. There was no place to park.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt like, Chris, it felt like a city. Maybe you
What?
should get used to that.
I'm completely lost down there now. I have no idea what goes
Yeah.
on. Yep.
So that was a fun time.
Sounds like it.
Then last night went to the KCTK Radio Listener Appreciation Kentucky Derby Party.
How was that?
It was great. It was at the neighbor's house, and
Oh.
he got some wings and some pizza, and we ate it and watched it for 3 minutes, and then came home.
That sounds like a good
It
time.
was really great. Everyone who listens to KCTK Radio, I think, was there. All four of us. Wait, my wife doesn't listen.
Oh.
But I watched a new movie that's on Netflix called Unfrosted.
Oh.
It is Jerry Seinfeld's story of inventing the Pop-Tart.
Aha.
It is so good.
Really?
It is funny. It's silly. Of course, it's not real,
Mm-hmm.
but they really have they have good 1960s clothes and throwbacks, and every single funny person you can think of there's a cameo in there.
We'll have to watch that.
And it's I think it kind of makes fun of a little bit of all these, like I understand, I've never seen it, but I understand there's a movie about Air Jordans and Michael Jordan's not in it. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yes.
They have a kid playing Michael Jordan for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's like, how was that fun?
There was the other one about I can't remember the name of it. It's hot stuff or something. But
Oh,
it's-
the Cheeto one.
the Cheeto one.
That was a really good
that
movie.
one was really good. But
Okay, I mean,
I
I've
feel
checked
like
that
this
one out.
You
is
should,
probably
yeah, you
making
should
fun
check
of
that out. Yeah.
But I'm not going to watch the Blackberry movie. They did a movie about
Oh, yeah.
Blackberry.
I saw that, or not saw
is
it,
it
but I
dumb?
saw it. No, I didn't see.
I
the
saw
movie.
it. I enjoyed it, but
Oh, really?
and I enjoyed the GameStop movie that was just out recently too.
Okay.
Oh, the kid
That
brought it.
boosted up the
Yeah,
stock
yeah.
price and yeah.
Right.
Anyway, sorry, we're going far afield.
But it's Post versus Kellogg,
Eat you.
and it's very, very funny.
Is it based on true? I mean, not at all. Okay,
No.
this
So
is
it's
just a
completely making
complete
fun of it.
fictional.
Yes.
This is how Pop-Tarts.
Think of a funny person, Chris, that's out there, a current actor.
a current funny
Either a
person.
stand-up comedian or
Okay, Shane Gillis.
no, he's not in this movie.
Oh, okay. Well, I ruined the whole bit there. Sorry,
Yeah,
dude.
but there,
Um,
it stars Jim Gaffigan, Amy Schumer,
mhm.
Jerry Seinfeld. Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Sebastian
Bach.
Man, something.
Oh,
Italian.
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
I don't know.
He's funny.
I'm like, these are the greatest stand-ups ever. Then you have Melissa McCarthy shows up. Okay?
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then you have a couple guys from Saturday Night Live are in there. then Bobby Moynihan plays Chef Boyardee.
Okay, that's worth seeing the movie just to see that.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's just humorous everywhere around. And then, have you guys heard of Kyle Dugan? I think is his name. He does imitations and he does Walter Cronkite. Concrete. And then
Help him.
Then he does Johnny Carson, and it's pretty funny.
I will have to check that out. I want to see all the cameos too.
Oh, and then they go see, and this isn't spoiler, but they go see they need the Madison Avenue advertising guys from the 60s. And guess who shows up?
John Hamm.
And John Slattery.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Are they playing their characters from Mad Men?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, so it's a crossover too.
So anyway, I thought I should go on a little bit about how much I liked it. And I love the movie Bottoms with the with Academy Award should be winner. Marshawn Lynch. Because I'm pretty good at saying things stink.
Yeah.
On this program. In fact, there's a cute little rom-com that we turned on, starring Sydney Sweeney and I think his name's Iceman Jr.
Yeah,
his name.
I can't remember even the name of the movie. No, I have not seen
anyone but you is the name of the movie. Have you seen it?
No.
It is so terrible.
Oh, really?
Absolutely terrible.
Never even heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I will not check that one out then, but I'm going to check out Unfrosted. Now I'm excited to watch that.
Now, the other thing that happened this week that I want to bring up is, I think we'll probably talk about this in the news, but, well, I'm sure the protest will come up. I have some thoughts on that. But did you hear about this governor of South Dakota?
Yeah.
Kristi Noem.
Mm-hmm.
She writes in her biography about killing a dog.
Yeah.
Thoughts on this, guys? She's getting pretty beat up in the media about it.
Why did she kill the
Well,
dog?
in the book, she writes that they couldn't train it. It was a 14-month-old dog. They couldn't train it, so she killed it.
Yeah,
So she shot it.
Now she's saying that it was a dangerous dog and it attacked people, but she didn't mention that in her book, and she went and killed it.
Yeah, she's a piece of shit.
Yes, she's clearly a piece of shit for doing this. Okay?
Never let her deliver a package to Angie Harmon's house. Say that. Man.
Well, here's what I'm trying to get my mind around, okay? That I got a whole chapter in, as you guys, I forgot to say this. Your Elected Representatives is now an audio book. You can look.
I listened to the sample.
Yeah,
I
you can
did
listen
too.
to the sample, or you can even buy it.
Yeah. Oh, I should do that next step.
It's going to be on iTunes this week,
I'm gonna
and
stop at the sample.
I figured out a way to put it on Spotify as well. So anyway, I have a whole thing called Dogs Are Different, where I talked about I hosted dog days at the Capitol and everything. People have a different opinion of dogs than any other type of animal. So if you go out and shoot a dog, you better have a good reason, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I have a dog that I love so very much, and she's kind of struggling a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The end of her life may be happening, and there may be a decision that I have to make to let her go. Okay? Tough decision. Why would someone write a story about killing a dog and being proud of it?
Well,
Now you can have that. You can have that experience in life, which she shouldn't have. I can't comprehend the idea of why she was so proud that she had to put that in her book.
this is total conjecture,
Yeah.
but I have read a couple of pundits who said she was posturing to be the VP pick of Trump. She's trying to show that she's tough and a strong man just like him. Who knows if that's true or not.
And there's something about the MAGA movement that cruelty is the point. It's not they're just cruel to be. They want to be cruel.
Yeah.
And she's trying to show that she can be cruel.
Yeah.
That's
I've always
a
said you
sick-
got to be cruel to be kind.
Right. But that's a sick philosophy.
Yeah.
It's really messed up, man. If she wrote it as, I love this dog and I had to do this.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
it'd
why I
be a different
immediately
thing.
asked what was the context. But you're saying she just said,
It was untrainable.
Untrainable.
he kept shitting in the house, so I killed him.
Well, it was a working dog too, which is like, really? That sounds like almost like, oh, we had working people. Just stop it. Working dog.
Yeah.
Dogs, okay, all of you, dogs don't work. I know you're like, well, what about the sheep dogs? And I'm like, well, they have fun doing it. They're having a good time. They don't consider it work.
Right.
So I just find it strange that I knew the reaction would be people would not like it that she did that. But just the whole mindset that she actually is proud of it.
I think, well, I don't know anything, but I think she's surprised by the reaction, just based on her pivoting and posturing. I think she thought that in that MAGA echo chamber, I'm sure she thought, yeah, this will play really well.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And then, there's stuff outside the MAGA echo chamber, and those people don't really like killing dogs.
Did they even turn on her, though? Some of them?
Yeah, some of them have. The word that I heard this morning was that inside the Trump organization, they said, well, but we can't pick her now to be vice president.
Yeah.
And that's what she wanted.
Dog killer.
So,
speaking of dogs, is a dog bounty hunter going to throw her name in the hat?
I'm sure she's trying to do that.
I'm sure she is posturing for that. Yeah. Oh. She's terrifying.
Yes.
She is.
So anyway, I wanted to bring that up, and I also have some thoughts about. Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Well, we got a little quiz issue here.
Okay.
Do we got to go to CNN?
Yeah, just stretch, guys.
Okay.
Oh jeez.
This is where we cover. Let's see if we got some new stuff from the texter here, everyone. Oh, he has a question. Who is the narrator for this delicious book? I'm assuming, I listened to the sample. I haven't bought it yet. Sounded like Paul was narrating.
Yeah,
to
it's
me.
narrated by the author.
Yeah. And then Brian says that many of the listeners...
Who does?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Shut up.
AITT says many of the listeners feel the biggest problem facing the U.S. is college protests.
Oh, okay.
And then, we got a lot. Is Trent Skaggs related to Boss Skaggs?
Yeah.
Not Boz Skaggs, but Boss.
Yes.
Yes.
That's his wife.
He's cracking himself.
Yes. His favorite community college is BRU, also known as Berry Road University, also known as Maple Woods Community
That's
College.
where we went.
Yeah, we were right there.
Yeah.
Yep. The best wings are from Wing Stand by Jefferson's, specifically the Jamaican jerk. Jefferson's, that's the Lawrence place, right? Yeah, I got two
You forgot
thumbs up.
this one.
Oh, some people are offended by a pat on the ass. I welcome a pat on the bottom.
Okay.
Okay.
Neil Brennan wasn't in this either.
Brian Ben?
No, Neil Brennan.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Oh, this sounds like a cast for a remake of Cannonball Run.
Yeah.
I would love either Cannonball Run or a remake of Mad.
Oh, yeah,
Mad
yeah.
World.
That was the precursor to the whole Cannonball
somebody
Run
remade
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Those were so fun. All the stars and Adrian Barbeau.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, and then Dear Boogie Nights, do you like the breed of dog, the Husky?
I do love Huskies. I've never owned. We owned a Malamute.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
he was so pretty. He had like ice blue eyes, and he had the mask like right over his
Yeah.
face. And we named him Bandit.
Aww.
And then 4th of July came and scared him, and he hopped the fence and ran away.
Oh.
And Christy Nome found him and
Killed
killed
him.
the shit out of him.
Do they shed a lot, Huskies?
Yes,
They do.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
they do. They have 2 coats.
Okay. So
Take a look at your.
so we got the news quiz up.
Oh,
Looks like the New York Times. They fucked me, which is fine because I'm against the New York Times.
yeah.
So last week, Colin Jost hosted the
White House
We're-
correspondents.
and they called it Nerd Prom. He made fun of the New York Times
Mhm.
because of Wordle. He said Wordle's the only thing that's keeping him. They criticized him and said he wasn't very funny and like, shut up.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
So there we go. CNN, they're just level-headed, never blow things out of proportion. So good.
Yeah, they're never pants on fire.
You're right. So which California university deployed a heavy police presence to campus this week following violent clashes between protesters? It was UCLA.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
And I watched it in the morning, and it was kind of interesting because it came down from Governor Newsom. Said this is a California government thing, and it's a property, and we'll go in there and get them out. So all you folks that think the liberals, they love all this violence and stuff. There's a very liberal governor who said, no, the chaos can't continue.
Good for him.
And I know we have kind of left-leaning people listen to this, but these people, these protesters, here's why they piss me off, okay?
Okay.
Number one, these kids have compared themselves to Vietnam protesters.
What?
Yes. Vietnam protesters were protesting being drafted and telling the best case scenario, go kill other people that you don't know what the war's about. The worst case being killed yourself. That was the protest.
Yeah.
And everyone believed in that. Everyone kind of had the same, all the kids agreed on that. This is diversify from funding Israel. And so they have investments and everything. So they want to. How is Colombia no longer giving money to Israel going to stop what's going on over there? So then they decide, in Colombia particularly, let's use violence to go into one of the buildings.
Yeah.
Then I got in a fight with someone on X, formerly known as Twitter, that they use the word infada. This is an infada. That is a Arabic word for revolution or rebellion, but it's also what they called something that happened in the past when some Arabs and Israel people killed each other. So the dialogue on X was, this is just an Arab word, and I kept writing, no, you've used it for the connotation to kill people. It's a violent term with the connotation. And I kept coming back, people saying, well, no, just because you're American and it's just a word. You wouldn't use, now if I say the word insurrection, what's the connotation there?
Well, you're immediately going to go back to January 6th.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, the American Revolution was an insurrection. It was an infada as well. But I would call that a revolution. You know what I mean? So don't use violent language and then say you're not being violent.
Yeah.
So what has happened somehow is that the radical left think it's okay to use violence for this. The radical right thinks it's okay to use violence for what they believe in the Capitol. And meanwhile, Black Lives Matter a few years ago used violence. I don't really think they used violence. I think it was others. I don't know. I'm very sympathetic to that protest because they've continually got violence on them.
Yeah.
Okay. So and we've talked about that. I guess what makes me so mad is that these protesters were trained by these Palestinian rights people. They were trained by these folks. I don't think they're getting the full information. Okay. And I don't understand how you can see what Martin Luther King did, Gandhi, the protest against that they wanted not to pay for South Africa in the 80s. What do all three of those have in common? Besides being kind of successful?
They're peaceful protests.
Peaceful protests. Yeah. We're kind of down. We kind of like peaceful protests in this country. And if you're so stupid to think this is going to work, then how did you get into Colombia?
Yeah.
Here's how you do. Here's how you do, kiddos. If you think there's atrocities against the Palestinian people, then you talk about it. You show the pictures of it. The Jewish kids, you bring them in and say, you don't sit there and yell at them as they walk across campus. You bring them in and say, I know you're Jewish, I know you support Israel, but you can't really support this. Instead of, let's get some tents and act like we're fighting a big cause.
Yeah.
And you had a take on this, Chris, because you saw.
I saw something that just kind of blew my mind, but the the kids at Columbia took over the building. They broke in. It became a violent protest, and then they send out their spokesperson who says, I'll paraphrase, but essentially, hey, we're students here. You are responsible for taking care of us. We're hungry. We need the university to send food into us. That entitled mindset just blows my mind.
Yeah.
I'm going to protest. I'm going to violently protest. I'm going to tear up property at this university, but I'm a student here, so you still need to take care of me. No.
Part of protests is, hey, I may get arrested.
I may get arrested. But I'm going to take the responsibility for what's happening to me. Not, hey, I get to be shitty to you. I get to tell you how everything you're doing is wrong, but you still got to support me. You've got to sponsor my protest.
By the way, I would imagine that there's some kind of, in your attending the university, that there's something written somewhere that says if you tear shit up, you might get kicked out.
Yeah.
So are they really still a part of the university?
I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know where it's come out now.
And then I heard
You're supposed to take care of me. You're not a student here anymore.
And
you
then
knew that when you tore up our shit.
Yeah. I heard there's professors with him.
Yeah.
Well, they should get fired immediately.
I don't doubt that.
They got to be fired immediately.
I would agree with that.
You have a right. You have a First Amendment right. You don't have a right to work here. So you're fired because you damaged our property. You can go protest now.
And I'll just point out, if Columbia University were in Japan, they'd have enough vending machines that they wouldn't have to work.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, here's the other thing that we're using the CNN quiz, and I shouldn't.
You almost got me.
CNN love this stuff. They were just going apeshit over it.
Yeah.
And somehow all of this is Joe Biden's fault. And somehow when they go into the Capitol, Trump, he didn't do anything. They were peaceful protests. I don't understand this. I don't get it.
Yeah.
How we're going to use this as a reason not to like Joe Biden, as opposed to I'm afraid of Americans because they're all stupid. Okay, we got one. We got one for one. We're doing
wow.
pretty good. Let's go to number 2. Which state did Vice President Kamala Harris visit this week to campaign on the issues of reproductive rights?
Man, I cannot read that from here, but I don't know the answer.
I think it's Nevada because of not Nevada. No, man, I don't know where it is.
You were going to think Arizona, right? Yeah, but it's not.
Okay, let's look at the picture. See as people look.
Ooh.
I think it's Florida. I think it's Florida.
Yeah.
Florida's one of the choices. And,
Okay.
The word is that there's going to be a ballot measure to protect abortion rights in Florida.
Whoa.
And they think it's going to be a big deal to help Democrats.
So that's got to be it.
Now, here's what I think. They're trying to do the same thing in Missouri. And the Democratic person running for governor, she really thinks this is going to be the thing. And I think it's going to drive a lot of voters out. They're going to be protecting our right, or the rights, abortion rights. It's going to have more Democrats vote, and they're going to lose because we have a stupid state of Missouri.
Oh, we do. It's
and
the worst.
Florida's even stupider. Let's see if I'm right. Yay!
All
I'm
right.
right about stupidity. Hey, everything. Hey. You guys are patiently waiting.
Yes.
So, a lot of people say this is the only good issue the Democrats have,
I don't agree with that.
but it's a pretty big issue.
It's a big one.
Okay. What household bill will soon become more expensive for millions of Americans? The choices are natural gas, internet, electricity, and water. I don't know this one.
I don't know
I
either.
feel like all of those have gone up.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm leaning natural gas, but
I'll go with that.
Sure.
bum, 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 well,
It's internet. Let's see why. Tens of millions of Americans could see skyrocketing internet bills this spring, or could be abruptly kicked off their service plans by funding for the Affordable Connective Program runs out. This program provides monthly discounts on internet service to low-income housing. Okay.
Oh, I did not hear about this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's the point. You listen to the show. We didn't mention it. It's not important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's how it goes. So we're, what?
Two
for three. We're
Two
still
for
in the
three.
positive area. What airport says it has not lost a single piece of luggage in 30 years? Wow. Singapore, Japan, China, India. Okay.
It's got to be Singapore or Japan, I think.
I think so too.
I'm
trying.
in Japan.
I think Singapore, China.
I just think China is so big, although they could lie about it.
That's
easily.
why I think China, because they're a bunch of liars.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's the Chinese government are a
Yeah.
bunch of liars.
Yeah.
When I visited China, everything. Have a seat. You like that chair? Yeah. You know, we invented chairs in China. Oh, okay. Have a glass of water? You know, we invented glasses here in China. And then you sit down. What's this called? This is called Peking duck. It's delicious. We invented it in China. Okay, that one could be true.
Yeah.
And then, in fact, in this particular restaurant is where we invented
Oh,
it.
boy.
Jesus, come on. Are you freaking kidding me? So,
I'm fine going with China. I just, yeah.
okay, did you fly into Beijing when you went there?
Uh-huh.
Did you lose your luggage?
I didn't.
I didn't either when I
Yeah.
went there.
Oh, at least
I've-
with you two.
Yeah, I've never lost luggage ever on a
Can't
trip
argue
to
with
China.
numbers.
Let's go with it.
You really can't.
I'm not feeling secure about this.
No.
Oh, I was wrong.
Oh, Boogie was right.
Nobody listens to the book.
Yeah, Boogie was right.
Japan's Kansas airport? What does it say? International airport says spotless bag record since opening in 1994. I don't believe it. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I want to fly there just to test.
Yeah, just to see.
When we came back from the Palm Springs, I left my wife's carry-on bag. That all of a sudden became my carry-on bag.
Uh-huh.
You know how that goes?
Yeah.
You've been there before. Left it on the plane.
Oh, boy.
So I had to go back. Can I go back and get it? No. The person had to go get it for me.
Oh.
So that hasn't happened in 30. Some dumb guy
I don't know.
just forgot his bag. Okay. So wow, we're 2 for 2. This is a big question, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much was former President Donald Trump fined Tuesday for violating his gag order in the New York hush money trial? And by the way, Stormy Daniels never needed to use the word gag.
Oh.
It's $9,000.
$9,000. Yeah.
So what do you think of that, guys?
It seems pretty low to me, but, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. It's just not gaggable, really, if you
Yeah.
think about it. And the evidently the judge chewed him out, too, on Friday morning.
I heard that. Yeah.
Because he went out and said that he can't testify because of the gag order. And I guess that made the judge a little upset. Because it's absolutely not true.
Just a train wreck of humanity.
Would you allow your employer or, heck, your fast food worker to lie to you as much as the guy who wants to be president?
No. No.
That's why it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Well, again, Paul, you're trying to apply reason and people are reacting out of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why your arguments on Twitter will never work.
Oh, that's wrong. That's the wrong thing. See, I'm all foggy.
See? Yeah.
I've never made a mistake like this before, just like the Japanese thing. We've never made a mistake.
That's right.
Hey, let's go to the texter. I'm excited. Oh, I forgot something really important that happened that I meant to talk about this week. So, I got a friend of mine. He's sometimes on the show introducing Brian. Not introducing Brian, was sometimes featuring Brian.
Mm-hmm.
And it was terrible because the place that he works, water damaged the roof and it fell in.
Oh.
And he had absolutely nothing to do because they said, you don't need to work today.
Wow. Lucky. Oh, boy.
And then
here we go.
a hero met him for lunch and had lunch with him.
A hero.
And we didn't have heroes, we had cheeseburgers.
Oh, yeah. That sounds good.
So he was like, yeah, I got nothing to do. I'll come out and have lunch. And the hero showed up, and other people who were friends were too busy.
I know. Yeah, I had dumb meetings.
Yeah.
Work gets in the way of life
Yeah.
all the time.
So it was a lovely lunch.
Good.
My friend Brian is going to Croatia soon, and he's very excited about it. He told me all about it. It was really interesting. But then he tells us later the next day that the whole company is closing because of this.
Whoa.
Wow.
Thanks, Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm. Way to go.
Now, this is the same hero that fixed my pocket door.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's talented.
Yes.
He's probably going to be snatched up pretty quickly for some other job.
Mm-hmm.
So please put, Brian, if you're listening, please put Chris, Boogie, Paul, and the texter as references.
Ooh. Well, I mean,
I don't know if he should put texter.
I don't know. Yeah.
I wouldn't trust the texter as a reference, and then those two particularly don't get along so well.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
They're oil and water.
Let's go back to the texter, though. We love them so much. Many of the listeners feel the biggest problem. Okay, we already read that.
Yeah.
Shut up. Dear next time this next year, you can't drive across the Amazon River simply because there is not a single bridge that crosses the river.
Huh.
I don't believe that. That can't be true.
It's interesting if it is.
Prince, Madonna, and Michael Jackson were born with 3 months of each other.
Huh.
Michael Jackson is the loser because he needs 2 names to be recognized. You know, there's a generational thing called the Joneses, and they're the end of the baby boomers.
Never heard of this.
Yeah, and they're Prince, Madonna, Michael Jackson, Barack Obama.
Huh.
Those type of that, like 10 years older than us.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So, okay, the best issue the Dems have in their favor is Trump is a pile of shit. That's true.
That is
And
true.
self-evident. It seems like that should be it. And Croatia has never lost any luggage.
I don't know if I believe that one.
I don't believe the Japanese. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. After what my hometown hero Harry Truman did, I shouldn't be saying anything bad about Japan. We did enough damage on them, but I don't believe them.
Yeah.
So let's take a break and come back with more Past Week Next Week with Chris and Paul starring Boogie introducing the texter.
Looking at the past 7 days so you don't have to. You could join in on the experiment by calling or texting us at 913-735-0060.
We've been told that perfect mornings exist for the lucky few. That morning people own the waking hours. But the truth is, mornings belong to all of us. Your mornings are what you make of them. All it takes is saying yes. Starbucks Morning Yes.
Look for Starbucks coffee in a grocery store near you, then sit back and enjoy the exceptional taste of Starbucks at home.
Hi, this is Chickless Goose from Counterclockwise KC. Listen to our program each and every Saturday and Sunday at 7 p.m. right here on KCTK Radio. Personality driven radio.
Hi guys, it's your old friend Paul from KCTK Radio, reminding you again to download the KCTK Radio app. You're listening and you're going, I don't need the app, but you do need the app. Here's why. It's free, okay? You already got Candy Crush, all kinds of jackleg apps on your phone.
It's free.
Yeah, just get it for free. And then if you ever want to participate live sometime, you can put the notification on there. Also, you always can get the podcast on there as soon as they come out. So it's a fun thing to do. I'm asking you, I'm pleading with you, please. You're going to have fun. I've noticed something about you. You need to relax a little bit. You know, you need to kind of chill out.
Get away from TikTok.
Yeah, get away from TikTok for a little bit and listen to the KCTK Radio app. It's free. It will get into your brain and it will never leave you. So join us on the KCTK Radio app and have fun for once in your life. Do it the KCTK podcast way.
I'm excited to tell you about Bronco Blue Cheese Dressing. Blue cheese dressing with a little kick. Bronco Blue is an artisan-made salad dressing dip created in small batches. It is like no other salad dressing you've ever had, and it's made right here in Kansas City. Bronco Blue Cheese Dressing is made by our favorite chef here in Kansas City, Stephanie Broncato. And Stephanie's been making this dressing since she was 10 years old. This is her secret recipe, and one of the only ones she won't share with you because it's that good. Bronco Blue is a small batch, artisan-made blue cheese dressing with only the finest ingredients, with no preservatives. It is like no other blue cheese dressing you've ever had. And you, folks, should try a jar today. You won't regret it. And you can get it by the pint or half pint, your choice. Bronco Blue Cheese Dressing, the official dressing of KCTK Radio. Now, I want you to go right now to www.broncobluecheesedressing.com. Again, it's www.broncobluecheesedressing.com to place your order today. Get Bronco Blue Cheese Dressing with a little kick, and tell them that Bo, the official Bronco of Bronco Blue Cheese Dressing, sent you.
Welcome back, everybody, to Past Week Next Week with Chris and Paul, starring Boogie, introducing the texter. Enough of that hard news that we've been talking to you about. We want to tell you about showbiz news. Here it is.
Boom. Hey, thanks, Paul. Rosie O'Donnell joins the cast of And Just Like That for Season 3. Rosie O'Donnell's heading back to the Big Apple as the newest cast member to join Max's And Just Like That series. Here Comes Mary, O'Donnell captioned a post, presumably referring to her character's name. She also posted a photo of herself wearing a dark green jacket showing off her gray shoulder-length hair. What's And Just Like That? Is that the Sex and the City?
You know, have you watched that? I've watched it. You've liked Sex and the City, but so since you like that so much, you're like, well, I'll give him a ride.
Yeah.
So we think of that.
I have watched the first 2 seasons. I think it's telling that I didn't recognize that I knew this series.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it because I really enjoyed Sex and the City, and I kind of enjoy that nostalgic feeling, but it's not Sex and the City.
Just not there, is it?
Yeah, it's not.
I have grown to appreciate Rosie O'Donnell more. I thought she was just... But she seems to be a person who follows her convictions. And the way I think that is that she quit her popular show and then quit The View. Like, she's going to go do her thing. She's not chasing the money like
it's kind of cool.
Most celebrities are.
Yeah.
So there you go. Thanks, Chris.
Sure.
How the Black Opry is helping artists of color in country music. I should not drink so much coffee so quickly. Before there was conversations over whether Beyonce is country enough for country music, there was Black Opry, holding space for music lovers and artists of color in the genre. The organized billed as the home of black artists, fans, and industry professionals working in country, Americana blues, and folk music. It's getting more attention these days since Beyonce dropped her country-inspired Act 2, Cowboy Carter.
I'd never heard of the Black Opry.
Yeah.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
So there, you've heard of the Grand Old.
I even went to the Grand Old Opry one time.
And what was the one they used to have in North Kansas City? What was? Then they had another Opry in Branson.
Yes. Yeah. Didn't they have I don't know if it was an Opry, but they had a dude on Nolan Road that did like a Opry style show.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. Are you guys fans of Opries?
What exactly is the definition? I mean, I think I get it when I see it, but how do you define an Opry?
I don't know. I think it's just a country music show.
Yeah, I think it's like a country music variety show.
Almost like a variety show.
Yeah, like an old 70s type variety show.
We visited Nashville one time. Chris, you were there. And we went to the Grand Ole Opry, and it was kind of a fun show.
Yeah, we saw Vince Gill and Little Jimmy Dugan. What was his name? Little Jimmy something.
The old comedian.
He was like 100 years old, 4'2", just a little bitty guy.
Came out and said one of his jokes was he never kisses his wife. He never leaves his wife He always stays around with her because he doesn't want to kiss her goodbye because she's ugly or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure he did it better than that delivery.
Oh. But you get the humor, I can tell.
Sure.
Yeah.
By the blank look of disgust on your
Okay,
face.
I listened to a podcast called One Song. It's these two guys who are producers and really musicians, and they break down like a song. They've broke down, last week it was Tears for Fears, Head Over Heels. And they've done a Prince song before. This week they did Jolene.
The original?
Which version?
They talked about the song. They talked about the original.
Oh.
And then they talked about the extra stuff. They were a little more, they were better to Beyonce than I am.
Certainly, I'm sure than I was.
But they talked about, we talked about that I didn't like Beyonce's version because it wasn't as vulnerable.
Vulnerable. That's the whole point of the song.
They talked about vulnerability, and they said, well, that is Beyonce being vulnerable. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess. But anyway, should I send that thing to you? Would you like
Please,
to?
I would love to listen to it.
I thought I don't want to pigeonhole you as a country music guy, and this is, just my categories of friends.
Thanks.
Okay.
Specifically, just a Jolene guy.
Yeah,
that's
just
it.
a Jolene guy.
That's it.
The other thing I saw, and I thought about you, Boogie, was an AI created image, which is our brand here, of
According to Molly.
of Linda Carter Wonder Woman suit, but it was Dolly Parton wearing it.
Oh, I'd like
thought
to see that.
I thought I would like to send that to Boogie, but I think it would break his little head.
You might want to send
that.
that
May be a
over.
lot. Yeah.
But what's really interesting about the Jolene is they do these things called stems, and they play like, here's the bass, here's the piano, here's the,
So
it is
deconstruct the song.
It is funky. That bass is working hard, a lot more than you think. And those drums it's a funky song more than you think. It's really interesting. So
I'd love to. I like the whole concept of their show. Sounds like.
Yeah, it's fun.
All
It's fun. Back to you, Chris.
Hey, thanks, Paul. Anne Hathaway reveals she's now 5 years sober. I wondered why she was no fun anymore. No, I'm totally kidding. Anne Hathaway's first shared she lost interest in drinking after a bad hangover in 2018. She's now 5 years sober. Good for her. Hathaway first shared her decision to skip alcohol during an appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show, explaining at the time she wanted to be fully available and present to her young son.
Good for her.
It's good for her. And I got to tell you guys, I know I've mentioned that dry January thing, but boy, my interest in drinking has just gone way down.
Same here.
Yeah, that's probably good.
I don't know. Not when we're trying to find our brand. I thought that was it. You guys being
we gotta find a
drunks.
whole new. I know. Shit. So anyway, well, good for Anne Hathaway. Boogie was saying to watch her new movie that she's in on the.
She seemed very sober in it.
Okay, well,
So,
there you go.
there's that.
This would seem to check out.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It all adds together.
All right, Paul.
Thanks, Chris. Jay Leno and his wife Mavis attended Unfrozen red carpet event and missed amid her dementia diagnosis. Jay Leno and his wife Mavis were full of smiles Tuesdays and supported some of Leno's comic colleagues. The couple attended the Los Angeles red carpet premiere of Unfrosted, a comedy, The Origins of Pop-Tarts, which is the directorial debut of comedian Jerry Seinfeld. The film stars Amy Schumer, Melissa McCarthy, and Jim Gaffigan. Leno, who recently celebrated his 74th birthday, has been granted conservatorship over his wife's estate as she lives with advanced dementia. That's sad.
So sad.
Super sad.
But I have a Jay Leno question.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't Jay Leno beloved? People love Conan O'Brien now,
Yeah.
but Conan just wasn't going to get the ratings. That's why Jay pushed him out to come back as the.
Well, and maybe that's the very reason
Yeah, I
right
think
there.
that's
Jay is generic enough that a lot of people can like him, but nobody's like, yeah, I love Jay Leno. People love Conan.
But do you know who says that Jay Leno is the funniest person he ever ran across?
No.
guy by the name of David Letterman. He said that when they were in the clubs, Jay Leno destroyed.
Really?
And was the absolute funniest.
Wow.
And the fact that he was able to be a great stand-up comedian, figure out a way to take over the Tonight Show for so long and be the king of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? He beat Letterman like every time.
Yeah.
It's just a strange thing that you would think he'd be the most beloved guy ever. I would call him the most successful stand-up comedian of his generation because he got the Tonight Show. They all wanted it, you know?
Well, and maybe because of Mavis, maybe he's not been able to be out and work as much as other
but
comics.
then he did the show. It's on
the car
like
show?
38 The Spot where he's doing the old Groucho Marx, what's it called? Whose line is it anyway, or whatever it was. Nobody watched that show. No one cared.
I don't even know of that show. Wow.
I think there's something about him being a jerk to people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, if you guys have any views on that, please write me a letter and email it to
write me a letter and email it.
I'm sure he'll promptly get to it.
Yeah. Hey, we have a special feature.
What?
I don't know if I'm gonna like this.
We're not going to take a long time, but it's something that I don't know. I just feel like I want to talk about a little bit and just bitch about, really.
Oh, okay.
Don't you think that's kind of what we're going to do here?
Probably. It's how it's going to, it's going to devolve to that.
Damn it. Sorry.
Chris, you want to set up a little bit what you found on the X?
Yeah, I follow this account on X called Christian Nightmares, and they go and comb the recesses of far-right evangelical Christian social media and bring you only the very worst pieces of content. So I found several this week that my jaw drops to the floor when I hear how these people talk about their Christianity. So I showed Paul this particular one, and I guess
can viewers see and hear this?
Yes.
Okay.
God really does answer prayers, and God really does care about the small things. So something I pray for continuously is clear skin, which is important.
Fuck
when you're on
me.
social media talking about Jesus.
Okay. It's a good thing, Chris.
Damn it.
You saw that, and when he said that, you said, fuck me. And then you were telling me the story of I can't. And then what was my reaction when I first saw that?
Fuck me.
Yeah, and so now it's a consistent, right at the exact same place in the video.
Yeah.
Something I pray for continuously is clear skin, which is important because when you're on social media talking about Jesus, you want to look your best, right?
Oh, you
so
do.
I always specifically pray for glass-like skin. That's just something I've always prayed for. And what's so funny is I ordered a sunscreen off Amazon, and this thing came by accident.
What?
And I've been using it.
He
ever since
ordered
as a
it.
toner and
So
sunscreen.
Jesus sent him
But it makes
this one.
He ordered.
Well, you'll see.
He ordered it, but it came by accident.
It came by the wrong one.
The wrong one. So Jesus sent him this
My
one.
skin
Yeah.
is so nice, and every time I wear it, people compliment me. And I just read the label, and I don't know what. I just was read the label as I was praying for glass-like skin.
Wait. Now I'm starting to think he's just trolling us.
Dude, this
Name of this was an accident. This order. This is not what I ordered. This came by accident.
As I pray for glass like
Pure
skin.
glass clean toner. Pure glass. That's so funny. And another.
Oh, that's so funny.
I will say his skin is glass.
He does have beautiful skin.
Yeah.
There is no
I gotta
denying
give him
that.
that, yeah.
There is no denying that.
Yep. And in no way could it be a filter.
He said something really funny. Okay, let's go on.
Aspect of what I like to call holy skincare is taking the things you use on your skin and on your body, on your face.
Write this down.
And anointing them in the name of Jesus. Anointing them. Saying, I anoint this in the name of Jesus to give me glass-like, clean, clear, smooth, flawless, youthful skin in Jesus' name. You can do that. You can take things that you use, everyday products, and anoint them to do a certain purpose in the spirit, and it'll manifest in the physical.
Well, do you think that this very pretty boy, do you think he prayed for punchable face too? Because he's got it. He's got it in.
I want to punch that glass-like skin so bad.
Yes.
Just shatter it.
Now here's the elephant in the room.
Yeah, let's just bring that elephant out. What'd you call me?
These. Oh, nice.
Fat joke.
The far right evangelicals that were this site sounds like they curate
Makes fun
and puts
of.
out. Would they really accept him?
That's a great question.
That's a great question.
Is he really a part of that culture? Is it a culture? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, let's bring the elephant out and have it take a dump right in front of us.
Okay.
That he is very feminine.
Effeminate. Yeah,
Which
we can't assume. So
we can't assume.
We can't say he's effeminate.
We can't assume he's a gay person, but he is very feminine. And we know that the Christian nationals don't like gay people.
Correct.
But they're not real good on feminine people either.
Yeah.
You know,
I couldn't imagine.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're not saying that he's gay. We're not saying that
We're not
at all.
saying that.
And there's anything wrong with it.
No,
if he is.
No.
Absolutely not. But that's my
Those
point.
people do think there's something wrong.
Did you guys
That's
hear
my
about
point.
the giant evangelical men's conference a couple of weekends ago?
No.
They had monster trucks and they had a SWAT team come in, and one of the things, they had a sword swallower come out on stage. The two of the pastors that were in charge got into a huge fight because one told the other, "That's inappropriate. You should not be having anything like that on this stage. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." I mean,
oh, far out.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Because it was too phallic-like, I'm assuming?
I'm assuming. I never read why, but I'm assuming that's why. But I mean,
I think
the word vapid.
Let me
came
just
up
say
earlier.
this. Let me just say this. Can I say something about the sword thing?
Yeah.
I think they're flattering themselves a little bit of sword. Maybe tweezers. Okay, Chris, you were saying?
Just the vapidness of this. I'm really struggling with Christianity as an institution right now. And I grew up in a Christian church. Very different than this type of evangelical stuff. But this,
was it different, or was there also that variation if you pray enough hard enough for it?
oh, there definitely,
You'll get it.
There definitely was a lot of that. Yeah. This just,
now see, I grew up Catholic, and I would say the worst part of Catholicism is the rape of children, and the oppressiveness.
Yeah,
I feel so bad even laughing.
But
but it's true.
The humility and the idea of service is part of and also the idea that even though you're suffering, you still are beloved by God.
Yeah,
there's a lot of that in the Catholic Church. So this really, I recoil on this a lot of the new Christian national, that if you're winning, that means God loves you more.
Yeah.
And I just think
if you've got clear skin and money and big muscles, God is blessing you.
And I think it's sacrilegious. I think it's so much against anything that we've recorded that Jesus actually said.
Yeah.
That I think it's sinful. It's sinful that this person is so vapid and wants to promote themselves so much that they're praying for something like that. You should pray for other people being able to eat.
But when you're repping
Things like
Jesus
that.
on the socials, you really want to look good.
Now, their argument is going to say, and I would like a Preacher Velvey to be here. He could add a lot because he actually knows that book.
That book.
And they would say, well, you just pray for anything. You can pray for anything. Okay. Then give me a couple more videos of you praying for stopping violence someplace. And it worked.
You know, there's an author I used to read named Thomas More. He was a former I think it was a monk, not a priest. He was a brother.
It was a St. Thomas.
It wasn't St. Thomas More, but his actual name is Thomas More.
Okay.
And he's not Catholic anymore. I think they kicked him out. But he said, I still resonate with the soul of the Catholic Church, which is this idea of sacrifice, of there is something bigger than me out there.
Yes. That's where I am too.
That doesn't really translate to me.
Right.
To praying for glass-like skin, so when I'm repping the Lord and Savior on the socials, I'm looking good, and then anointing my products.
But your religious tradition had that. There's something bigger than me too.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. What about yours, Boogie?
I grew up Baptist, which, dude, I just think it's all just kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe the words of a book that has been rewritten over and over and over again, and then present it to me as
dare
though
you bring critical thought to the Bible
as though it's the gospel. I mean, literally, think about it. Donald Trump just put out an American Bible.
Yes.
So if he happens to win, which unfortunately he probably will, right? Generationally, this book may continue to live on, and then in 100 years, the American Bible is going to be like the King James Version, and people will believe it. And so, just the thought of that just makes me cringe.
I'm with you.
So, similar to what you were just saying, I feel like every religion, for the most part, is just based in being a good person, and we get all of these different factions and beliefs, and all of that part of it is man-made. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, dude, religion to me is just, I don't know.
I want to share my take on the Bible. People think it's infallible. And I think they're limiting, if you believe in a higher togetherness or God, the way it was created over centuries and interpreted different ways, and you think that you just read it and you understand it's so limiting. It's limiting to God. You're limiting God. It's blasphemous, I think, that you think I got to follow this Bible exactly, because if you did, you couldn't.
Yeah.
Because it's all interpreted different ways, and it all was structured to push a certain agenda.
Exactly.
Every single thing written is that way. Every time someone quotes a Bible, they're pushing a certain agenda.
Here's what I think. If you think the Bible is inerrant, it's perfect and infallible, you're kind of putting the Bible on a pedestal of worship, and you're worshiping something that's not God.
And that is the first thing you're not supposed to do. The third thing is so prevalent to Christian nationals, and this guy particularly is, do you know what the third commandment is?
No.
You should not use the Lord's name in vain. So the importance of God now is this guy has glass-like skin. Talk about vain. That is, it just drives me absolutely crazy.
You guys should check out the whole account. It's fascinating.
Let's see if we find another one real quick that we can.
Sure. Yeah, you could probably just pick about any. Well, now don't do the pinned one there.
Here's Tim Heidecker talking about the thing, and he's great. How about this one? This is
what indoctrination looks like. Here's kids at church.
You guys want to watch that one?
Sure. I'm sure it's going to be great.
Wait, did I? So for our listeners, Chris, you want to tell them what you're looking at?
Well, it looks like they're praying over a young man in the church. It's a lot of young people. They're laying their hands on him. A lot of them are in tears. They're speaking in tongues, gibberish, and it's young kids. It's just...
Oh, what the hell is that one?
Oh, here comes Santa Jesus in a church.
So this is a mega church.
Yeah.
Bunch of Christmas stuff.
Now, I thought real Christians, I'm using quotes there, didn't like Santa Claus. I thought they thought he was blasphemous. And now here he is parachuting out of a...
Oh, they've got live camels.
Oh, they got real camels.
They've got real camels coming in.
What is happening?
Looks like a lot of fun, really.
It's fascinating to me that when what we know of Jesus per the Bible, he came and he spoke out against organized religion and against all of the pageantry and idolatry and all of the shit we're seeing right here. It blows my mind.
And then if I decide to vote for Joe Biden, I'm not following the Bible.
No, you're going to go to hell if you do that.
The guy who goes to church 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Toby James coming in hot. What are we talking about? What is the plot? If you are a Susie, you can't be a Scott. I know it's a doozy, can't be what you're not. Ain't getting to heaven with nail paint. It's gonna be hot where you're going.
Two genders. You ain't getting to heaven with nail paint. How old is 11-year-old kid? Do you think he wrote this?
He's homeschooled, he said. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Coming back, he gon' swallow them. I follow God and I'll never acknowledge them. I look around, I see a circus.
Do you see when God comes, he'll swallow them?
Yeah, God's going to come back and destroy him, and he's going to look around. He's never going to acknowledge those other people because he's a good Christian boy.
Okay,
his flow was kind of dope though. Bro did have bars.
Galilee, where Jesus walked. He walked on water. I think I need to commemorate this with a cheese ball. Ooh, not that one.
Are those cheese balls?
She's got a cheese ball backpack.
Did she just anoint that cheese ball in the name of Jesus?
That one can't be real. That one's a joke.
On water.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
What's this one say?
What is a trailer for the unintentionally hilarious new Christian movie called Journey to Hell? Oh.
We're gathered here today to celebrate the life of a great man.
Jesus spoke of hell more than heaven.
Oh, God, they're talking about the shooting in the theater. What? Oh, now we're in hell, I think.
What is happening?
What is this place? Oh, it's a best-selling novel by
Was
Paul
that
Bunyan.
Was that Gary Sinise?
How is my motherland?
He ran Hitler.
That was Hitler.
Let me guess. You're one of those fools who thought you say the magic prayer, right?
Can we finally quit this rat race and really take our time to serve the Lord?
You accepted Jesus Christ by simply praying a prayer at some summer camp, and you thought your salvation was guaranteed.
Yeah, that's what salvation is.
I just received a fresh anointing from the Holy Ghost. There's a man of faith here tonight who will write me a check for $10,000 right now.
And yet Jesus spoke more about hell than anyone else in the Bible. Did you know that 50% of Christians today do not believe in hell?
Preaching about hell, that's old school fundamentalism.
Hell is a real place, Shane.
No, it isn't. Check out the Bible.
Hell is a real place, Shane.
Before the silver cord is broken.
He was really in a hurry there.
First he had a Porsche, now he has a vet.
Dang. Oh, God.
Oh, what's it?
Hawkman?
Was that?
I think it was Angel.
Angel Joker?
Chris Angel.
Long life to find you. I realize I'm just a filthy sinner. God, please. Shane, come on, man. Stay with us, buddy. You got this, man. Breathe. Breathe. Yes, breathe.
Anyway,
The point is there's a whole nother echo chamber out there that I don't want to be a part of, but it's kind of fun to dip my toe in for just a minute with this stuff.
Yeah. So I here's the problem. It just it's values. People vote their values, and if you say you're a value voter, that means that usually you're meaning that you don't want abortion and you don't want transgender people. But I'm a value voter. I value democracy.
Oh.
I value trying to live up to the what the Declaration of Independence said.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my values. And it'll be interesting to see what the election is this year, because a lot of people go, well, the Democrats, all they have is abortion, abortion rights, because the economy's so bad, which I don't, how is it worse than it was for anyway?
Yeah.
They think it's bad because they got to pay more for lattes or something. I don't know. And we just, people who value our democracy, our Constitution, have to vote to make sure that a guy who's taken over Christian nationalism and these people, you can see why they love the lies of Trump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, he found a great group that will believe things without any critical thought or evidence.
Yeah, because they go to a movie where a guy goes to hell and they're like, that's not me. I'm better than everyone. You don't know, dude. You have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't know.
You think you know because you read a book.
Hell
and a guy
is a
said
real
that.
place, Shane. Is it, Karen? Do you know?
So, who's in charge of? Is it the texter who's in charge of watching these movies? If he could watch that movie and give us a full review,
that would be good.
That would be really excellent.
I think he'd actually enjoy it. That's how toxic he is.
Wow.
Toxic texter.
Wow, poor guy.
I know.
Let's go to the texter. He's probably has some comments over this.
Yeah,
stuff.
probably some hilariousness, I'm guessing.
Okay. Japan has not lost the luggage because they're not allowed to check luggage. That's good. Stephanie, as it turns out, does not make the blue cheese dressing. It is made by Sylvia.
I appreciate that.
Dude, come on. Don't tell anybody.
Shut up.
I'm not the type of person who limits myself to where I enjoy sex. I enjoy in the city and suburbs, even in the rural areas.
Even rural. Wow.
That's nice. The Gold Buffet.
Oh, they had a great commercial back in the day.
And Opry is much like a comic book movie. Way out of step in the times. Does it slap?
Mm-hmm.
I was a bellman in a hotel and took Jalen up to his room. I did not carry his luggage, but he still gave me a tip.
Well, that sounds nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
I wanted some good comment about Jay.
Yeah.
God does not care about your skin, and he does not care about your sports team. Amen.
Whoa, what about the Chiefs, though?
Yeah, you mean the Austin Chiefs?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. We're losing them.
Yeah. The mag light was invented by a Croatian named
Maglica?
Maglica? Okay.
I don't believe it.
I used the word vapid earlier in the show. Yes, you did. Have you ever read the author Shakespeare? I have.
I have, yeah.
And I love his pizza. It's so very good.
Yeah.
Random.
So thanks, Texture. Once again, you've tied it all up.
Boy, hit it on the head.
And that was just a segment. We help you get ready for the next week. And this is the way we do it with another one.
Yep, another segment where we actually take news stories from the past week and we write.
Why do you have to highlight that? They're news stories now.
To me, it's fun.
Okay.
Keith Davidson.
Oh, wait. Chris only spent 2 seconds.
Yeah, I wrote these, seriously, in like less than 30 seconds.
I bet they're going to be great.
The first thing that came to my mind on each one. So,
Okay.
Here we go.
Keith Davidson, a key witness who negotiated the Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal hush money agreements, was on the stand in former President Donald Trump's criminal trial. The defense tried to poke holes in Davidson's character by questioning his involvement in other celebrity cases. Davidson shot back that he wouldn't even be on the stand if their client hadn't tried to poke holes in his clients. Paul?
That's awesome.
That was good.
Congratulations.
It's something,
Thanks, Chris. President Joe Biden made his first extensive remarks on the wave of unrest at colleges, drawing a line between what he called peaceful protests and violent protests, while reiterating his support for Israel and diminishing the calls for a National Guard to intervene. He emphasized that both groups have a right to free speech, but also said the U.S. was a civil society where order must prevail. The president seems to be out of touch with most Americans because he is against both violent riots at the Capitol and violent riots at universities. Chris?
Thanks, Paul. 8 tons of ground beef sold at Walmart locations nationwide have been recalled for possible E. coli contamination. In total, 6 meat items produced by Cargill Meat Solutions could be affected, according to a recall notice from the USDA. There have not been any confirmed reports of illnesses, but a spokesperson for the meat company said the products were recalled out of an abundance of caution. Walmart issued a statement reiterating its commitment to the health and safety of its customers, which is probably good because per the People of Walmart website, their customers are concerned with neither health nor safety. Paul?
Thanks, Chris. Another round of heavy rain returned to the United Arab Emirates, forcing widespread business closures and flight cancellations. The storm comes from just 2 weeks after record-setting rainfall triggered damaging floods in several parts of the country, which killed at least 4 people in the UAE and brought the bustling region to a halt. The flood also killed at least 19, including 10 children, whose school bus was swept away in the deluge, which made many women in Dubai say, well, maybe it was good I wasn't allowed to go to school.
Oh,
Chris?
Oh, wow. Wow. Nice. In Iowa City, Iowa, an 11-year-old girl reported that a man followed her around the local Walmart and exposed himself to her. The flasher got away, but Walmart security cameras caught a nice picture of him, which the cops posted on their Facebook page asking for help in identifying him. He shyly called the police department to request that they please remove that picture from their site. He's now under arrest, charged with indecent exposure. An aggravated misdemeanor. Paul?
Thanks, Chris. And finally, a high school student in Baldwinville, New York, was been arrested after he allegedly sent a fax to school officials that appeared to be from the principals announcing he was resigning. The brilliant student even went so far as to send the fax on what looked like official school letterhead. What tripped up is that the cover sheet, on the phone number line, he included his own cell phone number. He's now charged with a criminal impersonation. Authorities are looking for his accompliceness because no high school student even knows what a fax machine is.
It's true.
It is very true.
Yeah.
What's the most unattractive name in the English language?
The texter says Keith. Keith.
I think I saw that on a Family Guy, and I didn't get it. The joke.
Yeah, I don't know if I get it. Keith.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know a good pal of mine named Keith.
Yeah.
And
my dad wanted to name me Dunstan. Keith is not worse than
Dunstan?
Dunstan. Yeah.
That can't be real.
That's what my mom says. She said absolutely not. It's going to be Todd. And then it ended up being Chris.
Oh, thank God. Yeah. Those are two bad ones. When I die and go to hell and see your dad there because he didn't read the Bible either, I'm going to ask him about that.
Mm-hmm. Please do.
And I'm going to complain a little bit how hot it is.
Yeah. Hell's a real place, Paul.
Thanks. The tall building in Dubai, the Wiz Khalifa or whatever it's called, does not have sewer hookups. The truck out all the waste every day. They truck out all the waste.
That doesn't sound like a very Dubai thing.
I know.
Ugh.
It's probably flooding up and just being gross water.
It's nasty.
But I have a lot more compassion for them because a lot of people don't understand that the KCTK radio studios were flooded this week.
Yeah. We walked into a whole new setup almost.
Yeah. And just when we look about the KCTK media compound, the pool still can't hold water, but the basement holds water pretty well. So there you go.
Oh, the irony.
Yes, the irony.
Yeah.
Chris, you have a week coming up.
Oh, do I?
I could imagine.
I'm sure I do. What's happening this week? Well, I'm starting to work out again. So,
all right.
I guess I didn't say this earlier. I went to the doctor this last week about my dumb elbow, and he basically said it's really painful, but there's no evidence that if you work out with it, that it's going to harm it more. It's just going to hurt bad. So he wants me to work out with it for a couple of months, come back in August, and then if it's still hurting, then we're going to do surgery. So, so I'm going to start working out again. That's, it's going to be something. So I have been going to the gym and just going to the sauna and then doing an ice cold shower. But yesterday, Jane and I went and did our first workout since the end of last year.
Where does it hurt?
So it hurts. It's like right kind of on the bone on the end of it. But there are certain, like if I hit that area on a wall, I'm doubled over. But like shaking hands makes it hurt. Gripping, there's just certain movements that really make it hurt.
I've been starting pain right here.
Oh, well, it could be a similar thing. It could be tennis elbow. Because mine does hurt. When I was going through physical therapy, they were going up into my tricep, like right where you're pushing. And they're like, oh, that is all knotted and jacked up because of what's happening further down on the elbow.
I'm just laughing to myself, wondering, like, somebody who's just now tuning into the show for the very first time, and like, this is what they see. This is what they see in here.
The old man ailment show.
Now, the texter, predictably, says masturbating, ?
Yeah.
That could be towards you or towards me. I think it's my phone.
It probably is.
I mean, there's computer work, but I think it's.
Yeah,
I think we're all damaging.
Mine was originally my mouse hand. I've had to switch, and now I'm mousing with my left hand.
Oh, really?
Yep.
But isn't that typical? Wouldn't you typically use the mouse if you're? You were.
Dude, I grew up in a right-handed world. Sorry, and a white. I grew up in a right-handed world, and I did everything right-handed, most things. So, is mousing code for masturbation?
Sometimes it is. Back in the day, when you can get on your phone.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else? Anything else?
That's really about it. Yeah, I don't got.
Now,
much
are you
else
guys
on
going
them.
to plan on relaxing and then go out to dinner every night?
No, but I do think we're going to go to brunch with you and Nancy right after the show here today. So that's going to be fun.
That should be a lot of interesting. They planned it all. This is interesting.
Yeah.
We just were told about it.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Isn't that the way life is?
Yeah.
Your wife just tells you stuff.
You just show up and
You
do it.
shut up and comply and do it.
Yeah. Boogie, you have a week coming up. You're going to Tampa. You have football games to attend.
There are not.
And more surgeries for family to do.
Nope, not that either.
So what do you got there? What else is there for you?
Really, that's my life. I actually don't have anything going on this week. It's a very, very boring week for me. Like, nothing is going on.
You going to continue to work on the bathroom and the office?
I actually am. Just today, right after the show, I'm going to go keep demoing the bathroom probably. That's about it, man.
Yeah.
It's just work.
What happened to us?
I know.
Yeah.
Go to the Home Depot.
Maybe I say this
if there's time.
Maybe I say this in every part of the year, but I think it's a weird. The weather's getting nice, but then it rains, it gets cold. We're not quite there to the nice weather yet.
Yeah.
I mean, if either of you thought, man, I got to clean up my lawn, I got to get my outside cleaned up, and then you can't because it's raining or it's too cold.
I did run out and cut my grass yesterday because, like, it happened 3 or 4 times, or it's like, okay, the rain stopped. I need to cut the grass, and then something happens, and you miss that tiny window.
You get a little window.
Here comes the rain again. Here comes the rain again.
Oh, am I sitting next to Annie Lennox over here? Holy cow!
Falling on my head like a memory.
Wow,
I am sitting next to Annie Lennox.
Yes.
Like a new.
You just exactly like Dave Stewart, just sitting there being happy with your partner.
Yeah. So I cut my grass yesterday.
Good for you.
I put down some seed.
Oh,
once again, anybody just tuning in for the first time.
And my hands were all just messed up, and they were all green.
Oh.
They use that foam stuff.
Is that where Johnny Green Thumb comes from?
Maybe. But then I was going to fix the grill, but I couldn't do that because I ordered the wrong part. I was trying to be very motivated yesterday, and nothing was accomplished. Because I spent an hour on this damn...
Hey, this was accomplished.
Yeah, got the studio back together.
You guys would have laughed and laughed.
Oh, we would have.
Let's see what the texter has going on. Probably not a job. So the question is what you're doing next week, and he writes masturbating. So I'm assuming that's what he's doing. According to Dave in the movie Hot Rod, pools are perfect for holding water.
They are. It's true.
It's not. It has not been my case.
It should be.
Is mousing good for masturbation? Yes. Brunch, WTF. You need to make hay when the sun shines. That's true. Green was jealous rage, and I start a new job Tuesday. That's congratulations to you.
Wow.
What are you going to do tomorrow?
Yeah, you've got all of today and all of tomorrow.
Well, all of us have the Mondays.
Yeah.
Get it?
I got a case of the Mondays.
What? He's not going to. He's gonna
what's he? It looks like he's typing.
No, he isn't. He's texting.
Oh, if only we could hear him.
Oh, he's going to masturbate. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good.
That's a good use of time.
That's good. Hey, you guys are probably wondering what I'm up to. And
I think everyone's wondering.
Nothing.
Really?
Yeah, next weekend's a big weekend because no show next weekend, Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's
Mother's
good.
Day,
That's
so
good. Yes.
What do you plan on doing for your mother?
So we are. I don't know what I'm going to do for my mom. That's interesting because I guess I could maybe get her out. I'll have to find a time to get her out. It's a little more difficult to get her out with the walker and the broken hip, but we are going to go do brunch with Jane's mom and my kids and Jane's kids and the whole family, and then we're going to go see.
Did your mom go with you?
No, she's not going. It would be really hard for her. We're going to go see Little Shop of Horrors at the
nice.
I think at the
That's
music
Old
hall.
Chelsea.
Horrors?
Oh,
yeah.
I saw a different movie. Horror. I know it was horror, so I thought it was Old Chelsea.
Yes. So we're going to go do that next Sunday. That'll be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you? Oh, your mom died of marijuana smoke.
That's right. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I could find a way to get to hell to see her because hell, hell is real.
Shane.
Yeah, Shane. I don't know.
I bet my dad's probably hitting on your mom down there.
Probably is.
Wouldn't that be something?
Wouldn't it be something?
Then you guys become brothers.
She's trying to get him high. Then we can be stepbrothers.
We can be Hell Brothers.
Hell Brothers.
Hell Bros. That'd be so awesome.
Hell Bros. It's like a bike gang.
Now,
Bike does. Hell Bros.
Next Saturday is Jack is all up in your face's birthday.
Oh, okay.
And he has a father with a pool that actually works. So Jack's having a big party, and I keep being told about this party.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I'm invited. He's like bringing his friends and stuff, but it's like
for the young kids.
So like, yeah, Jack's having a party, and I'm like, okay, it's a weird thing.
Should you just ask if you're invited?
Well,
or should you just show up?
Yeah. Well, we have a family where I would just show up and they'd be like, of course. That's kind of how we go. But he doesn't want his old uncle there. God,
if
he has a bunch of young, cool kids
I bet
there.
he does, man.
If you go, can you wear like an
Speedo?
old 1950s, like the shirt and the shorts that match, the button-up shirt with the collar, and just like everything old man that you can
Would it
do.
be cool also because he's going to be 23. Wow. But he's having a bunch of friends. Like he went down yesterday to his old college and, watch his friends graduate.
Oh,
so
nice.
Would it be funny if I checked IDs?
Yeah.
At the party. Are you old enough to drink?
Yeah.
I think most of them will be, but just it would be annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that Wednesday's a big CMSU alumni party at the Lakewood Local. I plan on going to put in a good word for Gabe. Try to get him in there.
Nice. Thank you. Much appreciated.
And if Gabe goes there and plays football, I'm getting a Mules jersey with his number on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Same here.
That's cool.
So that's going to be
Well,
awesome.
I'm going to do it too.
Also, there's
that might be our brand. Gabe.
Yeah.
Gabe
could be our...
Gabe's the brand.
Yep.
Don't tell Gabe because he'll say, take off my jersey, you old bastard.
Don't be walking around with my number.
I look cool, so leave me alone. Yeah. A lot of graduation parties coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Next weekend, cousin Annie and good friend Will Black is also graduating.
Oh.
And then on Mother's Day, I have brothers, and my mom likes one of them. He's having brunch for my mom.
Oh, that's nice.
I may go there and so I can see my mom on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And then I was told by my kids that we're making dinner for their mother.
Oh, what are you making?
We're?
Yeah.
Why am I included? She's not my mom.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So,
but yet you're her daddy.
Whoa.
No.
Oh, okay.
There's no, in my relationship with my wife, there's no wherever I've been considered a higher.
Gotcha.
Father in the streets, daddy in the sheets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a. Oh my God, that's what Father Tobin used to say to me at the church.
Oh, yikes! A lot was just explained.
A whole lot.
I had a question about, it keeps coming up. When Jesus came back from the dead, did he go visit his mother?
I do not know.
That's a good question. You would feel like there'd be a whole chapter about that.
Yeah.
But did you see, so we're going on this cruise in a few weeks. When we go to Ephesus, you can go see the house where Mary died.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I'm calling it her retirement home.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she had to leave after he did all that stuff. She had to leave to go retire in Turkey. So that'd be interesting to see that. But that's why I wondered, did he go visit his mother? And
That's
if not,
an interesting question.
If not, do I have to go see my mother on Mother's Day?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He had time to come over here and talk to Moroni or whoever those people were. Who were those folks?
The Lamanites.
The Lamanites.
Yeah.
He had time to do that, but didn't have time to go see his mom.
Yeah. I don't know if he did that or not.
Okay. One last thing from more stuff, it looks like, from the texter, and then we can wrap this thing up. Mother's Day is a day for moms. That's good. Do you realize that having kids is hereditary? If your parents had kids, chances are good you will have kids. If your parents did not have kids, there's no chance of you having kids.
I cannot argue with the logic of that.
That actually adds up.
I never really thought about that.
That checks out.
So anything else, guys, before we say goodbye for 2 weeks, because we're not going to be here next week?
Yeah, I'm just going to say this, and this is the old me and the guilt coming through, but the Christian nightmare stuff, I'm really not mocking people with a genuine faith. I'm truly not.
Yeah.
It's the vapidness, the I'm better than you because of what I believe. It's that stuff.
Yeah.
So I just want to be clear there.
Yeah,
I'm not
that too.
denigrating genuine faith.
I mean, you would say you have genuine faith, don't you? I have a belief that we're all in this together. There's some type of, I don't even want to call it higher power, because that
maybe collective power.
We're all the same.
Yeah,
we're all come from the same resource.
Yeah.
And that sounds a little...
We're all just energy. We're all from the same energy.
Yeah, I would say that, and you can call it God, and I'm not offended by it, and you can call God she, I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever. And that's what I think the Bible is. It's their interpretation of what life was back then. As they learn more, they may have a different interpretation. Or, like us, as you become more and more stupid, you may have a different interpretation of it.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, I'm glad you brought that up, Chris, because I felt the same way, that to clear that up.
Yeah.
If anyone was listening and made it sound like we were shitting on the Bible or shitting on Christianity, that's not it.
Yeah.
We were shitting on the idiots like who anoint a product to make their, in the name of Jesus, to make their skin glossy like glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the people that use it to downgrade other people.
And and the people who, parse the Bible to push their own agenda conveniently when it helps out their agenda.
Yeah. Helps them get
out.
money and power.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Hey,
thank you.
one other thing, we got a text.
Oh, we did.
This is believe it or not. Past week, next week, new listener here, woke up early to watch it today. You guys are awesome. Well, thank you very much.
Well, thanks.
I won't say the whole number, but 907-957 is the first part of it.
Well, that's cool.
That's really
Thank
nice.
you very much.
Appreciate
Awesome.
that. That's very nice. So let's say goodbye, Chris. Take it away.
Yeah, let me grab the closing here, folks. You guys love this. Thanks for listening to Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul, starring Boogie and introducing the texter. Since you love the program, please rate and review the podcast on your favorite podcast distributor. We would love to hear from you. And you can contact us at 913-735-0060 or just give us a card and or letter. Also, join the Past Week, Next Week Facebook page. On behalf of Paul, I'm Chris saying goodbye.
And on behalf of Chris, want to say goodbye and thank you for everything. And here's the Violent Thin